Kaya Care has three packages. So basic, prime, and elite. And the difference of the three is the limits of their coverage. So if you go basic, you get 300,000 coverage, and then you move up to 500,000 and 750,000. So it's just a flexibility on the pricing as well. Yeah.
And that's the full coverage. So if
Yes.
it's the lower diagnosis, you get half of that. Is that right?
That's correct. So if you the payout of the benefit depends on what stage of the critical illness is. So if it's, for example, a malignant tumor or cancer in situ, it'll be 50% of the limit. It's like half first, and then when it progresses, maybe it's gonna happen, a few months later. Then we pay out the remaining 50%.
Okay, we now move on to our next question. All right, there we go. You have your name and media affiliation.
Joanne from PNA. Good afternoon. I'm just curious, why is it? How are you able to provide the minimal fee despite the coverage? And it was raised here earlier also. Is it already a micro insurance?
Um, it's not a microinsurance. It's under actually the health line of our product line. But the reason why we're able to put up this premium is because of the simplicity. So it only covers three illnesses. So compared to the other critical illnesses product, our partners offer 100, so that's a different market. But this one, we only focus on three. And when we do our simplified underwriting, it's quite straightforward. It's gonna ask you your BMI, so your height and weight. It's gonna ask you if it is pre-existing. So if you experience any chest pains in the, or have had any checkups relating to any lumps. So it tackles that one during the screening. And basically, what we want is to bring this product to the healthy population so that they become prepared when it strikes eventually. Hopefully not, but if it does, they will be prepared.
Those cancer.
Cancer, heart attack, or stroke.
Let, let me
Okay.
Thank you very much for that question. So, as Joa mentioned, that we only choose as three critical illness. That is not only like products for Philippines. That is also common. Like I'm from Japan, other countries they are offering these kind of similar products. So this concept should be not so much specific in Philippines. So I think it's more like a common and acceptable insurance selection for every Filipino. I mean, thank you.
All right, any more follow-up questions after that, ma'am? If not, we move on to our next question. Okay, do I see hands raised over here on this side? Okay. Again, this is an amazing opportunity for you to ask all your questions regarding this amazing plan. So if I were you, I would take advantage of that. So do we see any more hands being raised? You have a question, so it's okay. You're still formulating the question. All right, don't worry. We can wait for you because I'm sure that the answers will be helpful for not just you but for everybody in this room. All right, so okay, we have another question on that side.
Hi, sorry. Maybe you can just share how it's a first of its kind. In what makes it unique, this new product. In terms of what's already out there in the market, because as we know, there's also critical illness coverage. No, though not just the big three.
Yeah, so one of the key features of BPI Kaya Care is its ability to be able to insure for other people or your family members. So when we did a market scan, there's actually just one from what we know of that offers a similar kind. So this one it's really the flexibility of being able to purchase for your siblings or for your parents if they're still of age, or your family. So that what makes it unique. It is accessible online. So other traditional, I believe, would have to be passed through an agent or someone of a representative. So this one is very accessible, and I think that's what it makes it stand out from the rest.
Um, do you mind? So I will add to what John said because I'm very familiar with critical illness. When I said my father was diagnosed, so when my father was diagnosed, the first thing I did was actually talk to my agent and ask for critical illness. So when the time I was diagnosed, I actually had three critical illness policies. So I really believe in the benefit of the product. Um, what the difference is said, yeah. So if you're familiar with the critical illness policies that are out in the market right now, they are not very accessible to the market that we would like to reach, which is the majority of the Filipinos. I would like to see a raise of hands. Who among you here have critical illness policies? Oh, we have a lot to market. Our can I see? Can I see?
Just
How many?
I think one, two, three, four.
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 Very good.
Five.
Five.
Patricia has.
So then but it's not the majority of the people. And one of the reasons is what John said, critical illnesses are in the market today are on the high side in terms of premium because they cover like 100 illnesses. It has a component of several, life insurance basically. So by simplifying the product to give the top three killers in not only in the Philippines but almost everywhere, then we are able to make accessible to the many what is likely going to be according to statistics, but the common illnesses.
And this is a standalone product. It's not a rider. Because normally, critical illness is a rider to a life insurance. I think what maybe you have would be a rider to your life insurance. I have that too. But this is a standalone, right? And the standalone is, and the good thing is, when you get diagnosed, and unlike also other types of insurance or medical insurance, you need to go to an accredited hospital, an accredited doctor. This one, you immediately get paid out 50% upon a certain stage, and then another 50%. So much simpler, easier to get, therefore more accessible and more affordable.
Just last for me. You partially answered it already, but maybe for Jinbi, can you just clarify who your target market is for this product?
Primarily, of course, because we're in the bank assurance business. And therefore, it really is offered to our branch channels and our site. And therefore, the primary target would be our existing bank clients. But of course, you would like to open it up, and that's why we've made it affordable to the broader based market. So the core mass market is the one of the primary targets for this, because for the more affluent, you've got the riders and the life insurance that has a ride.
Thank you so much. Yes, we have another question. Name and media affiliation, please.
Hi, I'm Tony from Manila Standard. So I'm sorry, I'm just new to this. So when I was reading in the website, I saw that the renewal amount for this insurance product would be dependent on the age. I just want to clarify about the payment once we avail of this product. Would this be just a one-time payment, or do you also offer flexible options like monthly payment or quarterly, especially for those in the age bracket from 40 and above?
So currently, this is paid through in the microsite through credit card, GCash, Maya, QRPH. So there are a lot of options. But with BPI, yes, ma'am. And when you offer the auto renewal, so it increases annually. So we are straightforward with that. When you purchase, for example, when you're already 30, then annually, when you pick auto renewal, it increases and it gets auto charged in your credit card. So for the auto renewal portion, it's credit card. But for the annual option, there are a lot of options for you to choose from.
So the typical of any insurance product, as you age, the insurance premium gets higher. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Do we have another question? There we go. May we have your name and media affiliation, please?
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Richard Buona from Edge Level and Mineral Examiner. So my first question is, what are the long-term goals for BPI Kaya Care in terms of market penetration and customer satisfaction?
So
So thank you very much for that question. As Jimmy mentioned that we want to reach firstly from the BPI valuable customers because usually the products for insurance is related to assets, let's say car or housing. So we offer our insurance together with the auto loan or housing loan. This is a majority of our insurance, like a strategy and penetration. So now we are trying to target for the core mass, maybe another mid-market also applicable for this product. So in that sense, people who are not aware of the insurance, we would like to start this affordable products that can be accessible and acceptable from the like a beginning stage of the insurance. So I hope this will be kind of like a sense of the financial inclusion, which could be more raise the awareness that insurance is one of the parts of your life. If,
Richard, if I may also add some more. The penetration of insurance in general in the Philippines is very low. And that presents a big opportunity for any financial institutions such as BPI MS and BPI to provide the needed protection because we know that peace of mind is important, staying healthy is important, being financially well is important. It's part of our mission. Unfortunately, insurance penetration is in the single digits, very low single digits. And therefore, our mission is to make sure that we provide more and more affordable insurance products to more Filipinos. And we will start with our own clients who already are part of the BPI family and who we can reach through our channels, be that our branches, our mobile app, our virtual stores, our agency banking partners. We believe that insurance will really be a game changer in the future as a source of growth and also good for the Filipinos.
Okay, thank you. My second question is, how does BPI Kaya Care differentiate itself from other similar products or services in the market?
Right, thank you. So yeah, BPI Kaya Care, for its simplicity, it's different because it's simple. It's accessible online. It indemnifies the diagnosis. So we don't need, we're not gonna ask a lot of, screening when you apply because it's quite simple. And when you get diagnosed, and of course there will be a review when you submit your documents. But we for some other policies, they indemnify mortality, but for us we focus on the treatment and giving that jump start when you start your healing, your path to healing for BPI Kaya.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. So that's just about the time we have for the question and answer.